Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, pro makeup artist and beauty junkie. Anyone else here with me on that wavelength? Well, if you are, you should be subscribed. If you're not, and if you're not, well, if you are, my brain ain't working today. Anyway, I'm highly distracted. Mine's working at a million knots an hour. Let's do some gorgeous skincare. I've not done a bit of a skincare update for you in a while, so I thought I would take the opportunity to do so. So just gonna slather some of the Tatcha lip mask on. This is gorgeous. If you're a lip lover, this is the one. This is the one. So this is my skin kind of fresh at the shower, nothing on it. So I always start with either a hydrating mist or something like a essence or a toner kind of pressed into the skin, and I just pat and press that on. So for reference, my skin is fairly I'd say it's fairly normal. It can feel a little dehydrated at times. It can get a bit oily throughout the regular spots, T-zone kind of area, but I'd rather it look a bit juicy and fresh rather than, you know, dry as a crusty bone. Not cute. Okay, now I've also been loving the Tatcha Silk Serum. This makes your skin feel so soft and gorgeous, and with textures I always start with the lightest, most water weight product and then move on to like heavier products as we work our way through this regime. But if you're not sure what your skin's doing, a really good way of gauging it is by not doing anything to your skin, just washing it with kind of water, soap, and then seeing what it does after a period of time. You'll be able to feel tightness, you'll be able to see shine coming through, and that indicates what's going on with your skin. And a lot of the time it's kind of, I rudely got cut off there because my memory card was full. Do I have problems deleting stuff from my card? Yes I do. Don't know why, I couldn't tell you why, but I have problems with fear of rejection. Why things I feel like they're gonna reject me when they're not a real tangible thing, I don't know. Anyway, so that serum's on, it's feeling delightful. And now I'm going to use one of my favourite moisturisers. So this is the Hirons, her skincare line, Skin Rocks. This is called, surprisingly enough, the moisturiser. This is the fragranced one. Look, you can see how much I love this. This is in a glass packaging, so you can recycle. And what is genius about all her products is it comes with a gauge of how much product you should be using. So maybe that's a touch too much, but yeah. This has got a really, it's just a really pleasant, fresh smell to it. It's kind of nondescript in a nice way, like it's not too powering. But if you're sensitive to fragrance or don't like fragrance, they do a fragrance-free version too, just saying. And this is packed full of ceramides in there, so it's basically gonna boost the glow in your skin, which I think is the thing that I get asked most about when working with a lot of clients. They're like, oh, my skin looks really dull, like what can I do? I did a makeup lesson with a friend the other day. She booked in for a one-to-one with me, and we had a hoot of a time, and we just really looked at reframing in her mind, like spending time on skincare. I'm not saying spend 5 years and £1 million. Like, you can find, I know these are all quite high-end products, but they don't have to be. There's so many brilliant affordable bits of beauty. Let me know if you want me to talk more about those in a separate video maybe. I'm just showing you what my current routine is and why I love it. But look at the skin texture. Just come nice and close so you can see there's no filter or anything. I mean, I need to sort my moustache, but that is just my skin and it looks pretty good. yes, I'm lucky. I've got, oh my gosh, I wanted to show you this as well, and I totally thought I should have done this at the start. Where are they? Oh my gosh, where are you? No! So we're having a meltdown. I do need to put my desk later. I've got this shelf, side note, I've got this shelf to put up. It's been sat here whenever I bought my desk, so what, last year? To put more products up on the wall to free up some shelf space, desk space I should say. Where have I got these darn things? I've got these little facial massaging tools from Reynolds, and I don't know where they are, and I wanted to show you them. But I am loving them, so much so. This is what happens. Stuff goes missing on my desk. Ah, I found them, I knew I'd put, so I've got these little pots, like flat, low-level pots on my table. And I put stuff like this in there because these can get easily lost. So these are nice weighted massage. Okay, granted I should have done this at the start, but I haven't. What are you gonna do, fire me? Yeah, go on. You try, buddy. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of, I need to get better at eye creams because that's where I'm seeing a lot of difference as I get older. I'm gonna be 38 in a few months' time. And the eyes is always where things get revealed in terms of dryness and texture. And what you do is you get these little balls and they feel amazingly relaxing. The balls themselves rotate. I've had ones before from like La Mer that are just applicators and they don't have this rolling mechanism with them, which just gives a smoother experience, but the cooling sensation feels so good. It's really funny, Chris has been saying recently how he's spoke about his own eyes. He's like, oh my gosh, I've got so many crow's feet. I mean, he works a lot. He works a very intense, hard job in hospitality, and he was up at a funeral last week with his family, and he just really looked at himself in the mirror, I think, while I was getting ready. He was like, oh my gosh. And he's actually never really worn SPF that much, and he used to work outside. I did tell him, he never listened. Anyway, these are so nice and cooling, just doing a little bit of lymphatic drainage around the eye for like any, not that I have particularly puffy eyes, but on certain periods of time you do, but those are just so lovely and relaxing. And you can do like a bit of sinus like clearing and unblocking. It's all just like using light pressure. There's one she did like that. Oh, I mean, it's just all bloody lovely. Love these. Marie Reynolds is really amazing. She really blends like tradition with, like, I guess an East meets West kind of vibe to her whole ethos. It's science-backed things, and she's just very intuitive with how she works, and it's really, really lovely. But that's the Hydrate Hydrogel, and you buy these separately to this, but oh my gosh, I'm loving them. And that'll be kind of my basic setup of makeup, and this is quite a nice base to apply makeup. I mean, maybe if I knew that I'm like going out, I wouldn't be applying, maybe I'd skip a product there to give me a bit more of a longer wear, because I know I get a bit shiny throughout the T-zone, or maybe just introduce a bit of a primer. Now I'm going to do the Essence by Biore UV. This is an UV A and B protection SPF 50. So I learned something new the other day, which was a lot of sun creams do not have UVA protection. So UVB is for the UV burns and the UVA is aging. So that is really interesting. So someone commented on a TikTok saying, why is this circled? I'll show you. UVA. Declan one here. And I was like, oh, I don't actually know. I'll ask the brand, and the brand didn't reply, but someone called Grant did, and they basically explained that not all products generally have UVA protection in them, so when they do, they're normally circled, which is an interesting fact. So I'm loving this SPF. I do really like it. It dries down really nicely with a little bit of a glow. Makeup sits nicely on top of it. And I do find that if I'm like, I need to avoid touching my eyes now, or I just like really wash my hands, because it does make my eyes a little bit sensitive, or if I'm like really sweating. But it's a very nice essence based lightweight product. Lots of people have been loving it. I love it. It was on offer in Superdrug, so I bought it. I was like, screw it, let's do it. And what was the other thing? And if I'm really in a pinch when it comes to doing makeup and I don't have time to do like skin or like getting ready to go out, but look at that glow. And it all dries down and just feels really like plump and soft. You want your skin just to feel juicy and like bouncy and luscious. You don't want it to feel like sticky. You don't want it to feel wet. You don't want it to feel greasy. And that's what I love about zoning skincare and just layering products. But if I'm really in a pinch, I might just do wash my face, bit of a serum or a mist, and then this. Or if I'm in a very real pinch, just go with an SPF, because that is the most important part. Like if you're spending money, right, I'm gonna be straight with you. If you're spending shitloads of money on getting tweakments, on getting lasers, on all your bougie skincare, and don't use an SPF, put all of your skincare in the bin, because it is pretty much pointless. You're not kind of fulfilling your end of the bargain that you want to achieve. Like I've got sun damage like here on my face, you can see, and a little bit of pigmentation here. And yeah, it's from years ago, like I'll always wear an SPF daily now. And if I know I'm in real direct sun, like on holiday, I'll try and wear a hat and stuff just to protect my face. But yeah, sorry about the SPF lecture, but it's just the basics, and we should all know better and do better about it. Anyway, I feel like I've ranted enough and spoken to you enough about like line scan. If you've got any questions, pop them below. It's always a joy chatting with you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. If you don't already follow me on Instagram or TikTok, all the details are listed below for more daily content that's fun. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.